Okay, welcome everybody to the first week of Forgotten Realms. No, yeah, we're in Forgotten Realms. Forgotten Fates. It's a D&D 3.5 campaign. This is our first session. We've already got somebody missing, so it's going to be great. Hopefully they will show up.
Sarcasm.
First adventures in the sarcasm. No, but seriously, this is going to probably be a longer lasting, or just as long a campaign as our Outcast Order campaign, and we'll switch between the two of them depending on the availability of our fifth cast member, who apparently tonight was not the night to pick. Anyway, I'll turn it over to the DM, who will introduce the setting for Forgotten Fates, and hopefully do a much better job of that intro than I just butchered.
Much better at butchering it, or much? I'm not. Okay, I'll try my best to butcher it later. All right, what I've got going on here. Well, last time we didn't actually set a year in Forgotten Realms, and so we've gone ahead and done that now. The game that we were playing took place roughly 50 years ago. We're now in the year 1373, year of the Rogue Dragons. It's been 1 year since the year of Wild Magic, where the gods fell and everything went totally crazy. Things have just started getting back to normal. Still some ripple effects, but that's just life. We're starting out in this. It's actually a small city now, I believe, of Moondell, which was founded about 50 years ago by our previous party. Mercy on their souls. That they worked very hard on this. But due to their connection with Waterdeep, the city grew fast.
Just so you know, for this campaign, whenever you do stuff with that, I have a special picture ready for your thing. There we go.
Special picture. What?
You'll see it on the stream shortly.
What did you do?
Anyway.
Still talking. Delay.
Okay.
Anyway, you'll see it in a second. But continue.
Okay. So, yeah, that's where we're going to open up. In the city created by the previous party, in the middle of the Moonwood. And in a tavern. But I don't think we've defined which tavern yet. So, why don't we go ahead and get some character introductions going. And we can go further afterwards. So, how was that for butchery right there? That was pretty good.
Pretty good. Not as butchered as what I did, so.
Let's. Who's the least prepared? Let's start out with.
Let's just go right to rock bottom right at the beginning, and then everything's uphill.
Yeah. Right. All right.
Troll face.
Troll face. Oh, great.
Yeah, that's what was on Twitch.
So, let's hit up Kill.
That would be me. My
That would
character's
be
name
you.
is Kel. I don't necessarily know how much detail you want in appearance.
Just a rough description, what you look like, your mannerisms, what your goals are in life, your social security number, those basic things.
I like long walks on the beach. There's okay, so
getting shorter.
His hair is whitish silver. It's white with highlights of silver. His skin color is kind of like a pale color. like a pale Caucasian color. His eyes are lavender.
Are you powder?
He's about 5'11", and about 175 pounds. So he's fit, not muscular, just kind of, yeah. And let's see. He's a bard, and he would be in the tavern playing his lute, trying to make some money, and if the opportunity arises, he would be leaving town to seek adventures and write stories.
Okay. No.
He's still leaving town whenever he gets a chance to, provided it's safe, but he wants to write stories.
Okay, that's his goal.
That's one of his goals, yeah.
All right. What's his basic mannerisms then? I mean, what's his without coming straight across alignment? Where does he sit?
Easygoing, kind of free. I want to say, just kind of interested in going with the flow. I wouldn't say he's like stapled to a static choice, but he's free, easygoing, kind of wild spirit.
Okay.
What else do you need? I didn't really think of what his personality traits are. I just kind of have an image of what he is.
1 sec, Chris. We're doing character introduction, so give us a second and we'll bring you in.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
He's escaped the locker gnomes. We were already live. We've got through a bit of the realm introduction, and we're doing Kel's introduction right now.
Cool.
Yeah. We just finished his character introduction, and as I know you did all the homework, we should probably move on to yours next, right?
Who? What?
No pressure.
That's what it is. Looking to write epic tales. That's kind of what I'm thinking of.
All right.
He's heard about stories in his childhood of great heroes and whatnot, and he wants to write epic stories. And specifically, there's been some stories of heroes from Moondell that he's heard some stories about, and he's here in Moondell to play music and hopefully catch some of those stories.
Okay. Let's hear a little bit about our resident cleric.
I guess that's me.
Yes.
There's no other resident cleric, right? Okay.
There might be an unlanded cleric. We don't know.
He doesn't have his paperwork yet.
All right.
He's looking to marry somebody.
Yeah, exactly. I will be playing Andara Umrera. She is a female drow cleric. She follows Illustrate, or Illustrate, I guess is the proper pronunciation, apparently. We'll go into that a little bit. Age 347, which I guess
Dang, you're old.
Middle age for drow, as far as that's concerned. Weight about 132, pink eyes, height 5'8"ish, hair silver, size medium, skin gray blue. She's sort of been in the overworld for a little bit, so it's getting her dark blueness is sort of fading into a grayish type of color. Anyway,
no, I don't. I have gray eyes.
No, I don't have gray eyes. And Dara, being a follower of Illustrate, has sort of been trying to facilitate the any drow that are trying to escape the Underdark, trying to help them come to the surface, and that's sort of what illustrate is all about. Being that we are in the year that we're in, my god has been dead for how long, Sragg?
About a year.
About a year.
It's kind of traumatizing.
So the god I worship basically got killed by Loth, and things are bad. She's a goddess of the Drow pantheon. Her portfolios are song, swordwork, hunting, the moon, and beauty. Her worshippers are good aligned Drow, hoping to escape the Underdark's evil. Lost worshipping matriarchal society and regain a place in the surface world. So my character is sort of trying to help people get out. Meanwhile, trying to figure out where she sort of belongs now that the whole chaos of her god has happened, or the god's death has happened. Yeah, that's the general breakdown. So I sort of escorted somebody to one of the temples, and I'm on my way back to Waterdeep, I think. And that's why I'm taking residence in this inn where we're allegedly meeting up.
Allegedly. Okay.
Allegedly.
All right. All right. That's
Not
pretty
have
good.
relations with.
What?
Let's
Allegedly.
move on and hear some backstory on a certain dwarf.
Aye. So we have. My character is Dermot Ironroot, son of Elis Ironroot. He comes from a little bit west of Moondale. It is Mithril Hall, pretty famous. What's that?
It's Moondell.
Dale, call it whatever you want. I didn't name this thing.
Nicodermus.
Yeah. Moondell. Sorry. Dale? No. What is it?
Dale? Who's Dale?
Dale.
What? Wait.
As in Farmer in the Dell?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it takes on a different meaning if you call it Dale.
Recently arriving in Moondale from Moondale.
So where I come from in Mithril Hall, we call it Moondale. Just because we know how much it irritates the humans.
There's no humans here.
Actually, no, he's a half-elf. We would get great pleasure in torturing you by calling it by the wrong name.
Do you mean Moondale? Moondale, right? Moondale? Moondale. Shut up!
So Dermot Ironroot, sorry, is from Ironwood's his other nickname. Never mind. Dermot.
Do you know who you're playing?
Dermot is from Mithril Hall, which is a pretty big dwarven settlement, I guess. He's actually spent most of his time on the outside, only going in for a bit, into Mithril Hall for a little bit. He learned very quickly that he had a very bad temper and could never quite master the smithing professions as well as he should be able to for a dwarf. He never really knew why, but thankfully his father recognized this and took him out and taught him how to be a ranger. His father being a wild dwarf from the south. So that worked out well for him. So he's not the greatest smith. Still better than a human. But that's why he's a dwarf ranger, which is a little bit bizarre.
Okay.
He's got brown hair. He has like a proper dwarf, has a big bushy beard that's kept clean and actually tied up in three braids. Already said he's a ranger. Something that interesting happened to him. Well, his parents have always been really overbearing, and they're really protective of him. Like, they didn't let him go out and join and become part of like other guards for Mithril Hall. So there's a bit of rebellion. He's quite young for a dwarf. He's 63. I think that's what it was. Yes, he's 63. So in a bit of rebellion, he kind of ran away from Mithril Hall. He's been to Moondell a number of times with his father, and it's the first place he thought to go to look for adventure. Interestingly, along the way, he came across it was a mama bear, and she was killed by this bizarre Rue Goldberg trap that some negligent ranger must have left in the forest of Moondale. This ranger is probably a scout, is probably long since dead. But it killed this. They killed this mama bear, and now he's got a bear cub that follows with him, and for some reason he's able to communicate or sense the needs of this bear cub, and so he's been kind of taking care of it on the way to Moondell.
Thank you.
Okay.
For anybody who's interested in who that negligent scout was, you can find him in Outcast Order, probably around week 20.
And you might possibly find his body somewhere in the Moonwood still.
Yeah. So that's Dermot. And I apologize right now. I will try to do his accent, but all my accents end up sounding the same and horrible. So I apologize for that now, but it should at least be fun.
All right. That's 3 of our party members. Let's hear a little bit about Ardo.
Okay, Ardo is a halfling, rogue. He was left abandoned as an orphan in the streets of Waterdeep, and slowly becoming a pickpocket out of necessity. He was picked up by the Guild of Thieves. He's somewhat raised up the ranks, kind of, I guess, a few steps above the lowest, but he's mostly out for himself. He does every once in a while go out of his way for the good of those in the streets. He is flamboyant. He does like to just kind of pick up whatever he can. He has sticky fingers, and the harder to get the prize, the more he wants it. He has been known to get a few party members in trouble just because of his own greed. Let's see. He is 3'2", blue eyes, blonde hair. He is his deity is the thief god. He is chaotic good. That's pretty much all I have to say.
Okay. Now, I think, let's see, going around here, you had just come back through, you were staying the night here on your way back to Waterdeep, correct, Cleric?
I believe that's what we decided was the most appropriate.
So you were probably picking up a room at the end, and most likely, from that basis, it'd probably be the one closest to the portal.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see, Dermot.
Yes.
If you were to come into a town like this, seeing 3 inns, which one do you think you would have headed to? The largest, busiest inn?
So I'm coming.
The one that has a.
So I'm coming in from the west, so I would probably... There is no west entrances. There's only a south and an east. So I
Right,
probably would have
south.
circled around and come in from the south. So I would have seen the dwarf one first, right?
You would have seen the Dwarven Inn first.
But
You
from
could
what
have walked right in
described-
and...
From what you described, though, like, the big one, like, it's kind of like the jewel of the town, sits in the center, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like the Vegas Strip.
Yep.
Is there
The
anything...
strip of D&D.
Yeah, is there anything, like, really, prominent on the Dwarven one, like, making it seem like it's definitely a dwarf place?
Its solid construction might give that away. Homely, cozy little inn. I don't really foresee you staying there actually due to the owners, even though they are dwarves. I'm pretty sure you'd probably have a little bit of a beef with the male, considering he's a deep dwarf.
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure.
Yeah, well, I think, I went to go into this bar, or this tavern, and I don't think, the bear's coming with me, and they didn't like that. This baby bear is following me everywhere, and they didn't like it, so I said, screw you, I'm going to the big one.
Okay. I know why the bard is at the big one. That only makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, more customers, more patrons, yeah.
More money.
More fun.
More problems.
Yeah.
So why would you be at the largest inn in town, Mr. Halfling?
Same.
Oh.
More pockets.
More pockets. I'm low on cash, and an inn is the fastest way to make it.
All right. Well, let's go into a little bit of detail on the inside of this inn. Where you're staying, or just currently in the common room of, is the... okay. Whoop, where did it go? There it is. The Moon Deep Tavern, the largest inn at 3 stories tall. The innkeeper's name is Lars. Just a little basic backstory. He moved here from Waterdeep a while back, which he'll tell you if you even say hi to him, when his item shop went under. And a item that he's able to produce has given him a large advantage here. He's able to make tiles that he's selling very cheap, that if you break it, will teleport you right back to his inn. Matter of fact, there's one given complimentary with each purchase of a room for the night. You'll notice after a little while here, the entire staff, you either see bowls floating around carried by unseen servants, or for the bouncers and more heavy lifting, constructs, which means the service is excellent, but leaves the food somewhat lacking. If you've ever had a casserole prepared by an iron golem, you might understand why.
Everything's got this weird metal taste.
Could he like cook it inside of himself? How would how would that work with an iron golem? Do they sit over the fire?
I don't ask.
Sort of squat down to get it out? I don't know. Okay, anyway.
The drink's good, though. He gets that straight over from Waterdeep. Long trip that it is. There is the portal to Waterdeep still functioning right next door to his inn. But it's fairly hard to get through now, guarded from both sides. You have to have proper documentation to actually access this portal now. But luckily for the innkeep, he has that. He keeps his fresh supply of the best that he can get as far as it comes to drink. So for drink, song, this is the place to be. Fairly large crowd. I'm seeing this is happening probably somewhere in the afternoon, but not yet late.
I think another reason I might have gone to the big inn is I heard they have, like, they're renowned for their mead.
Oh, yeah. Out of this In this
Having
town,
like a
yes.
local bee farmer right on site, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's the day, in case anyone's wondering. It's getting close to the middle of spring, if you could think of that.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's
I don't know
still
if we discussed
winter,
that.
but getting closer. That's right.
Yeah, it's about the middle of spring. So, like, think like partial snow, considering we're in the north, and like melting snow.
Or you could walk right over to the portal from Waterdeep and just feel the warm. Right? No.
Go and warm your hands by the portal.
All right. So, let's see what will be going on in there right quick. There's a holographic board of sorts, major image, the job board in town. What is all this? There's a lot of
Holy cow!
Easy on
Something's
the
going
roll.
on in roll 20.
I think he's. I think I figured out what he was doing. So,
Okay. Anyway.
hiding something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pay no attention
Well.
to those rolls. You don't know.
Let me give you a little bit more about the town. Coming in, all of you have been walking through, so you would have seen this kind of stuff on the way. There was another inn that you passed. That one was called the Trails Inn. It was the two-story inn run by the pair of dwarves. And everybody that went into the tavern here would have seen the town square and all the different shops lining around. Tome. A smithy, you could tell, sign hanging saying Brent's Blades. Next to it, Gregor's Grocery. Then a lute hanging up with a sign on it saying The Minstrel. Tailoring shop, Needle and String. Real close to the portal, something called the Adventurer's Pack. And then this strange little shop off to the side called Flying Donkeys. In the middle of all this square is a statue of an orc. Along the base is the postings of all the different requests for work and interesting things going on. Some of them pretty commonplace. Some not. There's a little bit of talk going on inside the tavern right now about the activity of an active group of blue dragons attacking people in the mountains to the south of you, which I had the name of and misplaced.
How far south?
If I could get this. The heck are those mountains called right to the side of Silver and Moon? That's them.
Yeah.
There's a pass through there. They're attacking people right on that, closer to the desert side. It's a family of them.
Okay.
There also seems to be some type of monster loose on the Coldwood north of you. But a little more local than that, some type of crypt opened up with a cave-in not too long back, north of town. Lars is trying to get people to go see about that, see what's in there. The music in there will stop. The bard is retiring for the evening, leaving your opening there, Kel, to take the stage should you choose.
Oh yeah, totally.
Could I get a performance check from you?
Yeah, sure. Let me just take a look here. I'm new to spells, so I'm just gonna see if there's anything in particular.
I cast Magic Missile.
I want to cast a spell.
I just want to see if there's something I can do for this. Negative. Okay. Just gonna roll my perform. Take out my loot, sit up there, and give it a shot. we got.
Everyone gets their money in their hands, ready to throw it at you. Oh, good. Very good. And they're actually not throwing it at you with intent to harm.
Encore.
Yeah. Okay, so the other three of
bad.
you, he has the bard that was playing before was all right. Definitely a newer bard, you could tell. He stopped his performance, collected the coins, some silver and copper laying around on the stage, and stepped down. This pale-skinned elf stepped up on the stage and pulled out his lute. Was taking a little bit longer than you would like, tuning it, getting it ready, and then began to play.
It was a rock opera. It's called Chronicles of Smur.
Okay. And played a rock opera
Nice.
called
I love this
Chronicles of
song.
Smur. Well, it was an extraordinary performance. Please roll me 3d6.
Okay.
The crowd is going wild. Extremely distressed.
Smur.
Yeah, you end up with enough silver and gold pieces. You end up with 10 gold out of that
Sweet.
for your performance. Ardo, the crowd is definitely distracted by this bard. It even
Okay, I want to do. I look around the room looking for big, possible purses that might have gold or highly valuable items.
You see a large half orc, a little overweight, kind of older. His purse looks like it might be as overweight as he is, clapping along with the ballad.
Okay. I move silently towards him.
Okay. Let's hear your roll.
12.
There you
Let's
go.
see. There we go. All right. So, 1. No. 20. Yeah. Plus.
Okay, so you're an 18. You're moving pretty silently. You've got some bonuses since there's so much sound going on with the concert
All right.
that you were probably moving silently without trying. So since you're actually trying, you're gliding in.
All right.
You make your way right up to underneath his purse.
Where's my sleight of hand?
In my mind, I'm imagining Indiana Jones when he's replacing the gold idol.
All right, and now I try to pickpocket. 1.
Dermot, would you please roll me a spot check?
Do.
Oh my god.
Let's see, sleight of hand. Okay.
All right. Okay. Now this is what happened. Dermot, you did see a halfling that looked like he was trying to act sneaky. But what you saw him creeping up on this half-orc with this really fat purse.
Okay.
And you saw him just creep right by the half-orc, and the purse disappeared. But you're not sure what happened.
Okay. I think I have a pretty good idea.
Whistling inconspicuously.
From what it looked like, he never even made contact. The half-orc definitely didn't notice. In fact, if you see the dagger sheath on the other side of his belt is also empty.
I searched the room for more items of opportunity.
Roll a spot check.
A spot check or a search check?
Spot.
All right.
You're not going to be searching people. They get a little suspicious.
Nah.
Frisking people up and down.
Oh, Jesus.
If you could just hold on a minute, sir, I have to inspect your gold.
Wallet inspector.
He says to Andara.
Oh!
You see, Ardo, a particularly attractive, dark-skinned elven woman.
Oh. Well.
She looks like she might have some money.
Well, based on experience with other dark elves, I choose to find somebody else.
You also notice a red-bearded dwarf.
Dwarves always have money. I look more intently upon this person.
All right. You going to creep over to him? Get a better look?
Yes.
All right. Well, just roll your sneak and head that way.
Holy sneaky.
Okay. All right. Dermot.
Yep.
Ardo, also roll me a hide, please, for your crowd here.
Yes, of course. Let's see, what is my hide? Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll work.
You're watching the halfling that went over, stole the purse and dagger from the orc. You're positive that had to be what happened.
Mm-hmm.
He must be pretty good. You didn't see it. And you're fairly confident in your ability.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a spot check, please.
Do I get a bonus because I'm watching them?
Yeah.
How much? Or are you just going to do it?
I'm just going to do it. Okay. Oh. You see, it looked like he tried to duck behind somebody, but he's definitely creeping over towards you now.
So I'm watching him intently, and my my hand is on my coin purse now.
Okay. So, can I get a spot check from the dark elf?
Yeah. 1 second.
Ardo, he does have a pretty fat-looking coin purse.
I know.
Hey now. That's quite a pickup line.
Why, thank you. That's what she said.
Hey, that's a fat coin purse you got there.
That's it. Hey girl, you got a fat coin purse.
I don't like to brag, but
I'm not seeing.
Yeah, hang on. Sorry, I'm failing here at life.
Let me
Critical fail
come
at
over
life.
here.
If you got it open, just tell me.
5. So D20 plus 5.
Whoops.
Nailed it.
How was that?
Okay.
you forgot the
I
roll.
didn't
No,
put
no,
I
he
didn't
forgot
put
the
in
D.
front of it.
Oh,
There we go.
all right.
You didn't give it the
Okay,
D.
let's still. All right. You were paying attention to the bard, but you just felt something like someone looked at you. You looked to see the halfling look at you, but turn, and now he's looking at a dwarf, and he's creeping over towards him.
Sorry, what? Was that
You saw a
directed towards me?
halfling. A halfling looked at you, sizing you up. You just felt it like back. It's like someone staring at you.
Yeah.
You turn to see him,
Might
and
have
he's
grabbed the
looking
breast.
away from you now. He starts heading over towards a dwarf. The dwarf has his hand on his coin purse. You see the halfling duck behind somebody and disappear.
Okay.
But you can definitely tell he was heading towards the dwarf, who is now holding over his coin purse. Something is going on.
Okay. All right. I make a mental note of it.
You what?
I make a mental note of it.
A mental note of it.
Mhm.
Okay.
I look for somebody else in the crowd to break line of sight with the door.
All right, that's going to be your hide check versus his spot check again.
All right.
All right.
I am fixed on you.
20.
He was mad. He was rad. He was
He's pointing at
it.
All right, you stare a hole in him. You see him look at you, meet your eye contact for a moment, grin, and vanish behind another person. He just kind of twirls.
Okay, I take this moment to use one charge of my my cape, my cloak.
All right.
My cloak of stuff. No.
Yeah. Okay. You use a charge of your cloak.
All right. I continue to walk towards him.
All right. You better do a move silently versus a dwarven listen.
Let's roll. But with all the noise, I get some bonuses, right?
Yeah, and with the fact you just freaked him out, he's getting some too.
Oh, okay. Well, hell. Let's see, where's my...
And I need a spot check from the dark elf.
14, that's right.
Not really caring right now, apparently.
You're into that song. The singer has holy crap. All right. The singer has definitely caught your attention, though. I mean, the artist up on stage, Miss Dark Elf.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're like on his shoulder or something now, I suppose.
Well, I
Mr.
recognize him
Halfling.
as a partial drow in some shape or form by his looks, or...
His eyes would kind of... But nothing else. Nothing else. You're not sure. So, before the song ends, what do you do now that you're over there, invisible,
Okay.
totally silent, beside a
I'm
very
now-
suspicious,
I'm looking
very
around like,
suspicious dwarf?
where'd you go, me halfling brother?
And now decide to relieve him of his extra coin or whatever is inside.
You hear him say, "Where'd you go, me halfling brother?"
And I think to myself, you'll never know.
All right.
All right, let's see. Where's the sleight of hand? There it is. Okay. Flash roll. 1d20.
Oh,
Ooh.
not very good against the suspicious dwarf with his hand on his coin purse. Dwarf, you feel a tug at the bottom of your purse.
Oh boy.
So I can tell the direction it's coming from.
Yeah, you can feel he's got a hold of the bottom of your purse right now.
Okay, I would spin to that direction and just say, "Your tricks might work on the orcs, but not on a dwarf."
What do I do?
Well, actually, here's your problem.
That was
By this point, your charge would have worn off.
right.
So basically, he spins around on you and you appear in front of him.
I didn't think you'd be wanting to steal my coin purse.
I make an expression like what?
Normally I'd be quite angry, but I think we could have some adventures, you and I. Especially if you enjoy targeting the smelly orcs.
30-40 my way.
I'm not an expert mathematician, but what's about the rest? Is that for the bear?
Expenses.
Ah, sounds reasonable.
Shake on it.
I spit in my hand and hold it out.
Spit in mine and grab his.
I immediately check my coin purse again.
Is it still there, Ardo? You're cool
No,
with
it's
them
still
now?
there. It's still there.
All
We
right.
made a thieves promise.
Okay. And the performance dies down as the shake is going on over here. A few moments after the song dies, you hear a half-orc voice yell out very angrily, "Hey! Who took my gold?"
I do nothing.
He may be dim-witted, but it turns out he can still count.
I scan the room. After finishing my performance, I'm like looking around, seeing what's going on.
Dark.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. You finish. I thought
No,
you
I
were
was
finished.
just going to say that I was considering I just stopped the music and looking around, just trying to see what's going on. I would have been really concerned with my music at the time.
Okay, so you hear a large half-orc yelling, "Hey, who took my gold?"
Yeah,
You see
immediately
dwarf and a
look up.
halfling in the corner shaking hands.
I yell out, "Barkeep, around for my friend of your finest, mead that I heard so much about, and give our friend the orc one too. He seems to be down on his luck."
That hardly seems to calm the orc. He's actually kind of ignoring you, looking around. He's starting to turn red.
Green and red, so he's brown.
He's not
Yeah.
growing wings, is he?
It's getting no, no, it's not that bad.
Oh, God.
It's all right.
Oh, brother, you stole from the wrong orc.
His problem, not mine.
Oh man. So, to the dark elf, you have a suspicion of where that purse probably went. And
Okay.
it must be somewhere near that halfling and his crime partner, Dwarf.
Well, being that I'm not a lawful character, it's not really my business right now.
Okay.
I checked my purse to make sure everything's in my purse. Everything's okay there.
Bard, you will catch note of the drow in the crowd due to the extreme beauty.
Okay.
Yeah. Not one of those you see every day.
Scale of 1 to 10, what are we talking here?
From what I was understanding from
Roll
the
of praise.
score here, it'd probably be like 9.8.
Ooh.
On the Richter scale.
Yeah. The barkeep has 2 mugs. To the dwarf and halfling, 2 mugs are floating over to you.
I grab them both and hand one to my friend here and say, the name's Dermot. I didn't catch your name.
Ardo Fumblefeet.
Nice.
Very well, Ardo. Shall we grab a table and discuss our
But of course.
newfound partnership?
Indeed.
So we head over to like the nearest empty table. Actually, I think we'd probably find the corner of the bar, like dark and shady.
Yes.
All right.
With our backs to the wall.
Yeah.
So the criminals head over to the corner of the bar. You see the orc is over there shaking people, asking, still trying to find out who took his gold.
I I make sure the purse is well tucked away in my leather jerkin.
That's a pretty big purse, and you're a very small halfling.
Do I see him doing this?
Yeah, you see him trying to hide a purse that he definitely shouldn't have.
Okay. I clearly not my area of expertise, friend Ardo, but perhaps you could leave the purse on somebody else?
That's not my way. Excuse me for 1 minute. I find a place to
keep the
tuck
contents.
Away. I find a place to tuck away quietly while I, because I still don't even know the actual stuff contained inside this purse.
All right.
I look for a place where nobody's at that I can tuck away into and check this out. A spot check.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do I have? Okay. Ooh.
Okay. With your roll, you actually think up backstage would probably be the best spot since nobody's paying any attention to that direction now.
Let's roll 20, Chantal.
Okay. I walk over there.
All right. Okay. You walk over, climb up on the stage,
I'll disconnect it.
start heading to the back. Performer, Kel, you notice the halfling carrying a large bag that's clinking, kind of secretively heading towards the back part of the stage while the orc is yelling, "Who took my gold?"
How far away from me is he?
Hurriedly passing by about 10 feet away from you.
So I'd be like going somewhere.
I toss a gold coin at him for your silence.
I wink. I take the gold and wink.
Okay.
Give him the gun.
Okay, now
To loot at him. I'm like,
am I properly hidden?
You think so?
Okay. I hide.
Why would you hide if you were properly hidden?
Well, I don't know for sure, so I was gonna do it.
To make sure.
everyone take a drink. He's trolling.
There.
Okay.
Okay. And then I open this purse up and see what's inside.
Gold.
Gold?
Lots of gold.
How much gold?
Where's that 9.8 at?
The 9.8 is watching the crowd with feigned interest.
Is she sitting down?
Let's hear it. Are you sitting down? 9.8?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sitting at a table or whatever.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going over to that table.
All right.
You can continue with Chris, and then we'll bounce back to me if you want.
Dwarf with the spot checks. You saw your little halfling friend head off backstage. The bard said something to him. The halfling flicked him a gold coin. The bard then went and sat down with that drow lady that such the looker. Something's going on over there. They just had interactions with your buddy. Perhaps the bard's in on it too? I'm not sure.
You talking
Yeah,
to me,
that was
sir?
all to you. All of that was to you.
Oh, shit. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay. Well,
Roll.
So, I saw... Who's giving the attention to Ardo?
You just got killed, man.
No, nobody.
so
Nobody's
saw
giving
Kel.
attention to me.
I saw
Kel
what?
looked over at Ardo, the bard, Kel. He looked over at Ardo as Ardo was climbing up on the stage and heading to the back. He said something to Ardo, and Ardo flicked him a coin.
And
The
proceeded
bard made some strange archaic symbol gesture towards him.
I think I
Winked.
would nonchalantly head up to the stage where the bard is.
Well, after that, he immediately headed over and sat down with the drow woman.
Kick my feet up on the table, as you would.
Okay. I would head in that direction then.
Okay. All right. So you're heading over there. You're heading to the table. Ardo just got back there, opened up the bag, and then rolled an appraise check for me. And unless you're going to sit there and count it.
Flash roll. 1d20. Let's see, what's my appraise? My appraise is 9. Okay. Well,
Oh, well. With that, you guess there could be as much as maybe even 75 gold in here.
75 gold.
Nice.
Apparently, that orc was doing pretty well for himself. Wonder why he had that much gold on him.
Who knows? It's mine now.
You find a note in the bag.
Oh. Okay. Open the note and read it.
It says, make sure it looks like an accident. M.
I comment to myself, I wonder who M is. And, well, whoever he is, he's not going to get any service. I slice the bottom of that purse open and pour the gold into my own purse.
Which is now very, very heavy. And large. All right. Let's take a short break there and come back after these messages.
Okay.
There's no real messages.
Thanks everybody for watching on Twitch. We will be back in a few minutes. Those of you watching on YouTube, we will see you tomorrow.